Made it. Made it. Mike, on. Are we up? Yes, good morning. Hello. Okay, here we are. Beautiful day out there. Beautiful day. It's been really mixed this week. We've had rains, showers, misty weather, cool weather, warm weather. It's all been mixed up. How's Thursday? I don't know about Thursday. The paper's out. Yes, the paper is out for Ishkausan. She'll be doing some Patreon chibis. Another batch of the Patreon chibis. Sugi-san's off today. Dei-chan's in Hong Kong. A bit of a family. Her grandmother passed away, I think, this week. She went to Hong Kong for that. So she's off today. And outside, it's been nuts. It's Golden Week. So every day till late in the evening, it's been huge crowds out there. It's kind of a bizarre situation. It's like some kind of long weekend that never stops. Everybody's feeling really strange about it right now. The whole mood in town is kind of funny. As though we have to do this again. We've got another day off tomorrow. It's really funny feeling for everybody. There's too many holidays. It's been too many. So at this point, nobody knows what to do. It's the feeling. We get people in the shop. We were chatting with them yesterday. Not so much the foreigners, the people on holiday. I mean, the people traveling because they know they're traveling. But normal Japanese people, we've chatted with them. There was some at the print party yesterday, and they're feeling a bit at loose ends. They don't know what to do with themselves. No, there's lots of holidays all year long. There's basically sort of one long weekend each month. In recent years, they've tried to sort of rationalize the holidays a bit more. And they moved a bunch of them to Mondays, as in the second Monday, third Monday, or whatever, so that it ends up being long weekends, so that people can, try and make some travel plans or do something interesting. So in general, there's about one long weekend each month during the year. And then there's this thing that happens now at the end of April, beginning of May, which is a convergence of other holidays. In a normal year, it means people get 4 or 5 or 6 days off in a row. And this year it's different because of the extra holidays, because of the abdication and ascension thing. And the Golden Week thing is difficult because some of the holidays are as in first Monday or second Monday, and some of the holidays are actual dates. So the way it works out each year is different. Sometimes they converge, sometimes it's a longer or shorter group of days off. But the general consensus, as far as I can see, is that this time it seems to have been that there were too many holidays together. There's 3 more days of it. Today's Friday, today's Saturday, and Sunday. No, 4 more days of it. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. And Monday is one of those funny holidays. where the actual real holiday fell on a Sunday, so it gets, Monday turns out to be, I forget the name of those things, or a postponed holiday or something. And it's meant strange things in the financial world. We haven't been able to pay our staff at the beginning of the year, beginning of the month. Normally, we pay at the beginning of the month. We haven't paid them because the banks are closed. We can't make any financial transactions. So on Tuesday morning, when the system is released, the overflow, the huge dammed up thing of all the transactions waiting to be made will try and flood through the system on Tuesday morning. We're even in the middle of these holiday things, the city has decided, and it usually does, they run the garbage pickup as normal. So a bunch of city employees, the ones who do the outside work like this, they either don't get holidays or they do them in rotation or something. And the office parts of the city office and stuff are closed, the front windows and stuff. But the garbage collection runs as normal. All I can guess is, I know nothing about the internal workings of it, but I guess they found that by stopping it for 10 days or something, it results in a backup that just is inconceivable. So they've made their decision to run the systems just as normal. And all this week, garbage pickup has been on a normal schedule. The one that's outside, you see there, this is burnable garbage waiting to be picked up. And maybe there's technical reasons. They can't shut down the incinerators or something. It needs a flow of garbage coming in all the time. I don't know why it works this way. It's not just Taito City where we are here. Every place I've lived in Japan is the same thing. Other than the end of year where it shuts down for about a week, the pickup and stuff shuts down for about a week at the end of the year, New Year's time. All through the rest of the year, it ignores holidays. So you'll see it's usually what, about 8:30 or so, the two garbage men come running along with the truck and to pick up the stuff you see outside there. Other things that don't get affected by the holiday, the delivery services, the tuck the black cat service, that runs 365, never shuts down. They deliver anything to the entire country 365 days a year. That's their motto. They never shut. It's hugely convenient for us. We've been using it this week, sending packages back and forth between our workshop here in Ome on some of the printers. But they're employees, Find it, there it is. What's happening over here? Is that the television guy? I didn't look up there. It sounded like him, I think. One of the face towel delivery services for the restaurants. Question, what? Oh, the octopus. Why did we start it? I don't really remember. It had been sort of on the to-do list for many years. And I probably shouldn't have actually started it, because after the Great Wave project was finished and that print went into the shop, what I should have done if I had time for carving, I should have gone back to my regular subscription work, because I've got an ongoing subscription series with people waiting for the next print. And that's what I should have done. I don't remember what specifically said, okay, Dave, do this instead. I don't know. I shouldn't have actually started this, Other than the fact that it's been on the to-do list for decades, from the original, when I was still a solo craftsman. Wouldn't it be nice to make that print, So I don't remember, I'm sorry. Common sense might have been to leave us alone, because once we were streaming live like this, some of the aspects of this print are difficult for streaming. So really perhaps wasn't a sensible thing to do to start this project. But we're in it now, and we're nearly finished, so this is the last block, the final block. And I'm actually making very good progress on this on these streams. So it shouldn't be long enough before we actually have it available. I hear the garbage truck in the distance. A couple of streets behind you, I can hear the crusher, the garbage truck. It's getting closer. The backup beeper. Here we go. It was 6. There's no way it could be for today. We're sold out totally today and tomorrow and the day after. parties for the next few days are almost all Japanese people. It makes sense because the Golden Week people were, hunting around the net looking for stuff to do. The Japanese print parties, it's case by case. It's more common. The Japanese print parties are less fun. They're less raucous because people have come in with the expectation that it's going to be a class, and that they stand there generally and keep quiet. And it's much more difficult to cook up a fun atmosphere. With the Westerners, all I have to do is just be exuberant and whatever at the beginning, and they pick up that mood and they realize it's not a serious event, and they'll pick up on that and fly with it. Most Westerners, except Swiss and Austrians and whatever. Some people like that don't, but in general they do. But for the Japanese, it's more difficult to get in. In general, they're much more square and serious about this. But it's okay. It's when it's a mixed group, when there's some foreigners and Japanese, as long as the Japanese person is willing to try their English, then it comes out okay. If they're one of these people that refuse to even try to speak any English, then it gets tight. Because you get a tighter Japanese person, and we have to translate everything for. And sometimes it gets a bit not so much fun. But if they open up a little bit and they're willing to enjoy themselves, then it's fine, same as any other party. The other part of it is the business aspect of this, and I don't know if I should make it a deal or not, but it's undeniable. When we first planned this business 5 years ago, when we were doing the spreadsheets, would I be able to make a viable business here in Saxa? Looking at the rent figures and what I expected to sell and traffic on the street and all that stuff, we ran those spreadsheets. I had to start with some assumptions. We knew we would offer print parties, we knew the kind of prints we would offer for sale, we knew the margins on these things, but we didn't know, how many we were going to sell, how many people would visit parties, how many prints we would sell, and what kind of mix there would be. So as the very first guess 5 years ago, back when I was establishing the whole business, I made the random guess that once we got going after a few years, we'd be able to get 12 people a day into a print party. How many of those would buy prints, I didn't know, but I made the guess that if half of them purchase the print at the cheapest print level we have in the shop, the 3,000 yen prints on the wall. So if we got 12 people per day, and if half of them bought the cheapest print in the shop, we'd be able to make a living at this. Just a sort of rough calculation. Well, years later now, we've found that we are easily at that 12 people per day for a print party. It took years to get there, but we're there. Are they doing the shopping? Yes and no. Many people just do the party and walk out. That's okay, we know that. Many people do the party and do some shopping. It turns out that the shopping I estimated that they would buy the cheapest print in the shop. That's not what's happening. Very, very few people pick up those prints. They usually go for something more higher scale. So we're getting at least half the print party people buying the prints, but it's way more shopping than I guessed. So we're doing well. We're above my expectations. But the qualification being, that's only the foreigners. Japanese people who come here for a print party, I forget the number, last time we counted, it's 90x%. They never, ever, ever take a print home. The experience itself was enough for them. And what that means is when we're trying to figure out how to balance all these things, if the number of Japanese people attending our print parties becomes a majority, we're in trouble because we can't continue it. The print parties themselves are fairly high cost. I got to have 3 staff members in the building here to do this. And if there's no shopping at all, at the current price point of the print parties, we can't survive, we can't do it. Now it hasn't hurt us yet because so far we're stronger in foreigners. It's far more foreigners attend our print parties than Japanese. But this week, because of the holiday, it's the other way around. There's fewer foreigners in town because they've been told to avoid Japan when Golden Week is on, and of course the Japanese are looking for things to do. So this week we're busy, but shopping is down. So we were kind of joking about this. And this is only a joke, I can't do this, but we'd like to put a sign on the door saying, no Japanese allowed. From the bean counting point of view, that's what we'd like to do. And the other part of it too is because it's a holiday, families are looking for stuff to do. So we get Japanese with kids, and sometimes they ignore it. It says on the website, it says 10 and up, and they ignore that. And we get a reservation from people with like 5 or 6 year old kids, and give me a break, it just does not work. I'm missing most of the conversation here, sorry. Well, we have been thinking about what to do about this. If we're okay right now because that's not the way it's gone. But if somehow the print parties did turn out to be flooded with Japanese people and foreigners couldn't get in because it was all booked up and stuff like this, we'd have to change something because we couldn't survive it. So one idea is to make it a different model. Instead of just having a print party per se, have the product that we offer be a print party plus, and instead of 2,000 yen, it was say 5,000 yen. And what it meant was 2,000 yen would go towards the party, and they get a free print, free quote, they get a print at the end of it that they pick from the wall, the 3,000 yen prints. So it's sort of forced shopping. You do the print party, but you have to then buy one of the prints. But you wrap it into the price so it doesn't look like that, you know. Whatever, we're not doing that. It's just an idea. How would we work? How would we do this if that's the way it went? You know? That sounds like the garbage man cometh, right? Yeah. Run, 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 faster, faster. They're so much fun, you know. They're so much fun. The truck is perfectly clean, not a mark on it. It's got to be polished every morning. The guy's clothes are clean. They run down the street, two hands at a time. It's so much fun to watch. You know? Yeah, the print party thing, we don't use that word on the Japanese website. I know we experimented with it back at the beginning and nobody had a clue what we were talking about. So on the Japanese website and in the Japanese pamphlet, we don't use the words print party. It just didn't fly. We used just simply suri taiken, printing experience. So that's part of the reason why they don't get the idea that it should be lighthearted and fun, because it's not described as such. It just didn't work at all. I forget the train schedules, right? It's Cameron will be here this morning, but it's the trains are on a week holiday schedule, so I don't remember what time he shows up on this. A bit earlier, a bit later. I don't remember. All the trains are still running on holiday schedules. Oh, look who's here. I didn't remember the holiday train schedule, so I wasn't sure if you're like later than usual and earlier than usual or how it works. I don't know. The stream people know your normal time, but that's on a weekday train, you know.
Yeah.
Train's empty again, still deserted?
Deserted. Today was even more so than the past several days. Odd.
There's a strange mood night. We're chatting with some Japanese people in the shop here yesterday.
Yeah.
And they're like, they don't know what to do with themselves. Like,
Yeah.
tomorrow's another holiday. Like, they're thinking, tomorrow they got to go to work because they've had holiday. They got to go to work. They want to go back to work, you know. I mean, it
What do
just,
I do with all this time?
I mean, I'm not being sarcastic. It's there's actually a mood in the air now. That's enough. No, that's enough. Let's get back to what it should be like.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've got that feeling or not. But you're still.
No, because I've been coming to work
you know,
every day on the normal days.
But there's that kind of mood in the air. You know, it's just sort of enough already.
Yeah.
So, unless I'm reading it wrong. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll take the machine here.
Sure, and I'll switch the camera around too. What? Piece of my ear or whatever it is.
What do you do when you take over? You move the other camera back up to the top like that? So
I usually just turn off one and leave the other one down where it was, instead of moving it around, because then you have to move it again in the morning. And
okay, I switched off the top and moved the bottom because it seems like that's the empty corner of the.
Okay.
Oh, anyway, it's up to you. Yeah. It's only so much junk here. Sorry.
More
Moving on.
calligraphy.
Yeah, just the same thing.
Move on.
Same old. Yeah.
David KP says, why don't they give me their vacation time? I'll use it.
Actually, I was kind of waiting till you get here. I want to take a break for 1 minute.
Okay.
So I was a bit of a rush this morning.
Makes
Getting
sense.
done. Excuse me while I have
No problem. Let's see what...
1 or 2 minute break here. You can handle it.
Yep.
Just don't
That's
try to
alright.
carve me. Back in a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So which blade are you using? No. Okay. Looking back up at the chat, did Dave say something about having trouble with children in the shop yesterday? Print parties were bringing families with young kids. Ignoring instructions, got it. Philpin one received my first print today. Oh, I'm so glad. Glad you liked him. Yes, with the carving. Ah. Let me see. I don't have much to say. On our microphone, I can see the bar constantly moving even when no one's talking. Can you guys hear the fan running the whole time? Or is it pretty quiet for you? I said, oh, I just realized we can finally see the end of the calligraphy area on the camera. It's coming.
The end of it?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's more.
There, and then another section down below.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's not the way we play it. You know, oh my God, how much more? Oh my God, how much more? Oh my God, am I finished? That's not the way to do it. Just simply, just chug away.
Yeah.
Chug away, chug away.
Just go until it's done.
Yeah.
When you start clearing the space more thoroughly, are you going to do your normal just 2 fingers worth?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Or 2 or 3.
Or
Right?
even up to 3.
Yeah.
Just seems like a bit of a shame to have so much unused, beautiful, smooth space on this big
but that's the way
piece of wood.
printmaking works, you
Yeah.
know.
Some you use every spot, and then others.
And some of it's just like you'll just use a little bit. We try and balance it out so you use most of the face.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's really, oh my God, beautiful piece of wood, all carefully planed and flattened, and you rip up most of it and throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
You know, so. Okay, I don't know.
Yep.
Peel judges, be quiet. This is
Micro peel, they're calling it. After the freckles block, anything is more interesting to carve.
The freckles, oh, the octopus, you know.
Yeah. The Ungawa asked, I was wondering if you had specific recommendations for books about woodblock prints in general. I've got Thompson's Kokusai and Bickler and Treed's Hiroshige 100 Famous Views of Edo. I'm not particularly interested in books on how to carve wood blocks or printmaking, but rather general history on various artists or designers, cultural relevance, highlighted print series, etc. Any ideas on that?
I do, but I would also get shot down for recommending it. It's interesting. No, there's a story. And it's my own history too. I stumbled across a book by a fiction author. A guy we talked about him the other day. That's what James mentioned.
Right.
He was a fiction author in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, or whatever it is. And in his day, he was hugely famous.
Yeah.
He wrote a book of short stories that got turned into a Broadway play, Tales of the South Pacific, which made his name and reputation. He was interested in the South Pacific and Asia in general. Spent a lot of time here.
Yeah.
And he became interested in Japanese prints.
Okay.
And he was not an academic. He was not knowledgeable. But what he was a guy who would read a whole bunch about something, talk to a whole bunch about people, and then synthesize some kind of personal viewpoint about it, and then dump it.
Huh.
And he wrote 3 or 4 books about Japanese prints. One of them called The Floating World. It's a book. It's like text to read, page, with an appendix of illustrations of the prints he was talking about. And in its day, it was not received well as an academic thing, and as the years went by, it was panned heavily. I mean, people wrote books about how many mistakes he made. There was a book published, like it's 60, 70, 80, 90 pages, picking this isn't wrong, this is wrong,
wow.
No, that's the wrong attribution, this is wrong, all that kind of stuff.
Huh.
But it's a glorious, fabulous book. It's the kind of thing that I would write if I were going to write a book about this. I don't do first level academic research, but I get some stuff together and I sort of synthesize it and dump it. Yeah. And I'm, in that sense, I'm his acolyte or something, doing things the same way he did. And that's fine because the research people don't, they don't have that with me anyway. Anyway, long story short, there's a book out there, The Floating World by James Mentioner, which, if you like it, if you can put aside the fact that some of the facts might be
not facts,
sort of close, but it's glorious. You read it and it's page turning, and there's plot and there's stuff going on, and you get a feel for the history of this thing and who did it and how it was done, what was going on. Okay. And it captivated me 45 years ago. Wow. And it's still, I think it's out of print as a book. It's not published anymore.
But it should be
it's out there,
findable,
The Floating World by James Mentioner. I think it was Random House original, I don't know. It was a paperback edition published of it. And that's the single book I would say, man, if you're a little bit interested in this and it's not facts and figures and it's not how to make the thing technically, because he didn't have a clue about making it. Yeah. He visited the Adachi workshop, watched it for 2 or 3 days, and he wrote a chapter in this book on the technical aspect, how they're made. And oh my God, I can get, reading with my knowledge, that chapter makes me realize, oh my God, he sort of got close and sort of thought he knew what he was doing. So why am I recommending a book like this? I don't care, because it's full of enthusiasm. And the enthusiasm was palpable and communicable.
Okay.
And I don't care if Kiyomasu II was born in 1745 or 35. And I don't care. It's irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
What's irrelevant is the overview, the taste, the feel, the enthusiasm.
Okay.
We're great. Long book review. Excuse me.
Yeah. Others say Hiroshi Yoshida published a very beautiful book about his prince, and someone else said that Yoshida book is also a must-have. Is that the one we have in our ebook library, or
there's a collection book about the Yoshida work, Hiroshi Yoshida work. It wasn't published by Hiroshi Yoshida. It was created after he was born. It's a sakuhinshu. What do you call it in English? A collection of the collected
works of
whatever. And it used to be very, very expensive and out of print, and it's since been reissued. It's more available.
Okay.
And that's for just looking at one guy's work, looking at the pretty pictures and seeing what he did. That's wonderful. It's great. I have my copy. It's very valuable to me. Yeah. And that's cool. But that's one artist, one book collection of pictures. Yoshida also created in 1939 a book in English. He had it translated for him by a professor at Tokyo University on his philosophy of printmaking and the techniques of how prints were made in the mid-20th century. And if you're interested in the technical aspects, then that's a must-have book. It's also out of print, but it's available for free on the woodblock.com website, library section. But I'm not up to date on books in the field, I haven't bought a new book or read a new book or seen a new book about this work in literally years, 5 years since we opened this Success shop. My world has become so circumscribed. I mean, the two books he mentioned, I don't even know what they are.
Yeah. So
the one I mentioned is a fuzzy, wonderful overview of what traditional prints were about.
Arts Plunge says The Floating World, the James Michener one, is available on Amazon. So,
you mean in actually a new printing, or is it an old used book? You mean? Or,
not sure,
anyway,
but it's available. It's something you can find. Person who asked the question said, "Thank you. I'd love to read something like that. I really enjoy David's series on the different styles and seeing examples of the historically important prints from different eras, such as pre-colors, gradations, explained by an expert, would also be interesting." So.
He talks about it. It's basically a chronological thing, how it was born and how it flourished and how it died and stuff.
Yeah.
He was also circumscribed by the ethos of his day. It would have been published in 1950-something, 60-something, so you can't talk about the shunga and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a chapter about the shunga without mentioning what it is and what it looks like and what it does.
You got it.
He calls them the other prints, or
the
other books. Well, it's 1957 or something.
Yeah.
There's no,
Interesting.
What's on your schedule today, sir? You don't know, not much. Still the month-end stuff.
Yeah, most of the payroll is done still. Or Yasui-san, I'm going to be talking with her a lot about print counts and lots of different things over there. But mostly that's all arranged now.
It's funny, the two banks were using to treat things different ways. I went to the banks last night to log in to try and get totals and see what was happening.
Right.
And the post office shows a current balance of all the stuff you did as being gone. It's out. But 7-Eleven doesn't. 7-Eleven shows the current balance untouched.
Oh,
just
no.
with a bunch of pending payments.
Got it.
So you can't clearly see what's to do and what's not to do. So just the way the different banks handle their statement processing. But we're fine. The cash situation is fine, of course.
Taz5466 says, "I'm yet to find a comprehensive book on woodblocks. I have an entire bookshelf, and most books, even the reference books, are full of simple errors. The best in terms of accuracy are probably the dealer catalogs, unfortunately. I guess because they came out as the prints were being made, and have the details about that, or I don't know.
Not sure. Really. When you say books on wood blocks, do you mean ukiyo-e or traditional ukiyo-e or modern work or printmaking? Or, I don't know what the different topics being bandied about
Right.
here.
Not sure.
But I miss my bookshelf, so it's
Yeah.
like, we were talking about, you said I miss my music and stuff, and I miss my bookshelf.
Yeah. Oh, good. Arts Plunge found The Floating World available at the library and already put a reservation on it on the internet, so we can get it. Nice.
It's a quirky book, there will be people who don't like it, and the people who are really, the academic type people, as I said, it got panned heavily. Maybe part of it too is, remember, he wasn't a legitimate researcher. So from their point of view, he was an outsider coming in, chatting about stuff he wasn't trained to talk about.
Yeah.
So part of the blowback on that book may be from that point of view. But I don't care.
In my territory. That kind of. Do you know Matthew Forer? Mathiforrer?
I think he's one of the researchers working in Amsterdam. I don't remember exactly. I'm sorry. I see his name in the publishing.
Okay. Someone said that person's books are good, especially about hokusai. So, cool. But it's another one of those new ones that you haven't read yet, perhaps.
Funny with his name, I don't know.
Yeah. Just a question from me, I guess. These books, we have lots of other books in our shop, and then this one was also from a book, right? This print that you're carving now.
Book, you mean?
An old book. No, not a new. No,
yeah.
Sorry, but an old one in book-sized lifetime. It was printed in a book. The ones we have are long
They're
stories that go on for volumes and volumes and volumes.
Yeah.
Are these one-page stories just all put together?
The porn book that this is about,
Yeah.
it's a 3-volume thing with about 20 spreads, or 18 or 20 spreads in each one.
Okay.
And again, I don't read the stuff to know. As I understand it, it has no thread all the way through the book. It's not a book that starts at page 1 and goes through to the end. They are, again, as I understand it, they are standalone images, I think, I believe.
Yeah.
But don't quote me on that, because I really don't know. All I ever know about this book is this single spread that I've seen. And there was a set available on Yahoo Auctions a few months back, and the guy put it up as 3 separate auctions. He had the original book, and as you can guess, the book with this spread in it
went crazy
high. The other 2 went for almost nothing.
Wow.
Because people wanted to buy it for the pictures, not for the plot.
Yeah.
So I believe it's a basically plotless collection of shunga.
Got it.
But I'm not 100% sure. And again, what I've read from excerpts about this is that the old-time shunga does seem to share a common pattern with like contemporary porn stuff, in that there's a very, very threadbare, thin plot, which is just there to hang the pictures on, and as nobody's reading it for the Nobel Prize level of literature.
Got it.
So it's the same sort of thing, Any excuse just to get
to that part.
Get to that part, yes, exactly. So.
Got it. What is the plan for selling this print? Is it going to be in our catalog or only on the octopusprint.com or something else?
From our point, it's technically going in the catalog, so there'll be print jobs and stuff for it.
Right.
I don't think we'll put it online in the shop.
Okay.
I mean online
in the normal page,
shop.
yeah.
No, because I don't want people just randomly browsing and coming across it. It's
Yeah.
not fair, because there are people who aren't into this sort of stuff, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So I think we'll put a message on the website or a page somewhere, or maybe a blank image in the online catalog that says we also have this item available, and it basically should say it, shouldn't it? We have an erotic item available. If you're okay, click through and look at it. If not, then just please leave this item alone, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I won't put it in the physical shop here where people are going to randomly browse and see it.
Yeah.
At some place there will be a poster or a notice or in that special section we're just building out with Kitasan maybe. Mm-hmm. We also have a specific erotic item. If you're interested, ask the staff to see it. Something like that, I think. I'm not ashamed of it, but this is a public shop where kids come.
Yeah.
It's common sense.
Mm-hmm. Put a little poster of an octopus like they have on takoyaki shops, like dancing octopus or something.
I'm not so sure if I do that. No. I think that's sort of
too
trivialized or too absurd. Yeah, I think I'm not so sure.
No, I think so too. But it would clue people in on what it is without showing what it is.
I'm not worried. I'm not here. I'm not desperately trying to sell a ton of these. Whatever we want to make it, we'll have it. The people who learn about it will learn about it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, stand up on top of a mountain. Hey, people, look what I did. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Put it in the shop in a room behind a red beaded curtain. Maybe you'll find this interesting. They're listing lots of books that you can read through later and find book titles and authors for future reference for when you have a minute to read it.
I mean, I'm not up to date on that stuff right on top of it. There's probably been an explosion. I mean, with the general interest in Japanese prints over the past bunch of years. Yeah. There must have been an explosion in books published. Mm-hmm. And I'm not up to date on that sort of thing at all. So. Yeah. Some bad wood grain here. It's really fuzzing up. It doesn't cut cleanly in some ways.
Will that have an effect on the final appearance in any way? Just slows down the carving?
Just not so much
fun. 2 questions right in a row. I was wondering, has Dave noticed any change in the transparency or translucency of paper after calendaring it? Next question, what is calendaring? From a different person.
Transparency, translucency, not really, we just squeeze it.
Yeah.
It's more dense, I guess. I haven't tried. I mean, hold up the light. I think we're looking at the same number of causal fibers, but instead of being that thick, it's this thick. Yeah. So I don't think it would be any difference. I don't know. Never thought about it. I don't know. Okay.
And does calendaring have a major undesirable effect by lessening the amount of peaks and valleys you get, the less embossing in the final print?
No, it doesn't. No. If we had a print we were making that was all about the embossing, you know, like the crane print over there,
Yeah.
the main feature is the embossing, then we probably wouldn't calendar it. But even calendared paper, I mean, we don't squeeze it that flat.
Right.
We don't squeeze
You're
it.
not using a steamroller.
No, whatever. It's, I don't know what percent. It's just the top surface has been smoothed down.
Yeah.
So there's more than enough body
Okay.
to take. I don't know, those prints I did, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I did embossing on the prints made by Yamamoto.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That paper was calendared,
Okay.
and it still takes a nice, beautiful embossing.
Yeah.
You probably need the print calendar, I mean the party calendar here.
はい、もしもし、僕のタイムです。はい、おはようございます。はい、2人ですね。はい、はい、入っていますね。はい、2時半ですね。はい、よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございます。はい、失礼します。She probably just didn't see the confirmation email. She just wanted to make sure. Are we on the calendar?
Which person is that?
Kudose, I think, or Kudosu. I'm not sure how to read it, but 2:30, the two Japanese people.
Today or tomorrow?
Today, yeah.
Well, actually, she and I had an email exchange back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. She originally punched in the wrong date for what she
Okay.
wanted.
Yeah.
When we sent the confirmation, she wrote back and said, "No, that's not what I want."
Oh, no.
And it went back and forth and back and forth.
Okay, well, I guess she really wanted to make sure that it ended up
Yeah.
in the right place, but she's coming. It's good. Rather get a confirmation message than a last-minute cancellation message.
But we have potential trouble today. There are two of the parties today, one at 1 o'clock and one at 2:30, Japanese people coming. Both of them mistyped their email address. Mistyped it twice. Yeah, so it didn't come through. So
Yeah.
they both have an email address that we cannot contact them through.
Right.
So that means they didn't get our automatic confirmation and didn't get our manual later on.
Yeah.
Are you okay for this?
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite possible we'll have two no-shows today.
Got it.
In a time when we're desperate, people are asking every day, just space, just
Yeah.
space, just space. And,
Yeah.
but we have no way to contact them. So they may show, they may not show. It's real trouble.
Yeah.
You think that asking people to type their email address twice takes care of that, but
Mm-hmm.
going live out there.
Yeah.
Yesterday you saw the streets, the show.
So it's wild.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm.
We had a bit of an unnerving experience this morning.
Oh.
I was out there this morning. Just I came and opened up, put the lights on, got ready. 7 o'clock somewhere in there, I don't know where.
Yeah.
And a construction company truck came roaring over from Dimpley Hall, stopped right in front of our place, almost bumped one of our cones. And it was the stuff in the back of the truck. There's canvas covers, and there's these big steel, the machines they use when they're cutting holes in the street.
Oh, okay.
I forget what they're called. The ones where those great steel cutting wheels.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called either, but.
Yeah, they jumped out. 2 guys jumped out and looked up and down the street, and they got the chalkboard out, that has the construction things.
Yeah.
They put the chalkboard up right in front of the cafe there, pointing towards us. Took a picture, ran up, took a picture in the other direction. Then they moved it a few meters down the street, took a picture. I didn't have a chance to get close enough to see what it said.
Yeah.
Then they jumped back in their truck and ran away.
Yeah.
That makes me really, really, really nervous.
Yeah.
This afternoon or something, here they go, they're going to come in here and get that machine up and dig through sewers or something.
Yeah. I don't think they do that on middle of tourist high
They
season.
were here this morning.
Wow.
They were here this morning.
Yikes.
Okay, but Tuesday, I don't want to dig it up because always what happens is, these are beautiful tiles. These are imported from Italy, road tiles and blah, 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 that we, the merchants, have paid for. And these guys come in and do their sewer stuff. They just rip it up and they just replace it with dirty asphalt. And they throw them away. They don't even keep the tiles to replace later. So whatever, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Is that Kawai-san? I didn't see. Was it?
Yeah.
Was it Kawai-san?
Yeah, it was Kawai-san. Sorry, I was reading a question here too. Let's see. Where is it? How on earth would someone not there understand the nature of the Namazu-e woodblock prints without a book or article explaining them? I guess he's looking for a book that helps explain the differences between the different types of.
Well, that Mitchell
prints.
book I mentioned earlier is an overview in that sort of sense. It does cover that sort of thing.
Okay.
There won't be a chapter on Namazu, but it mentions them in passing as another genre subject.
Okay.
So again, for the general overview in a not so academic way, that book I mentioned is really, really not a bad one.
Okay.
Drifting just a
What's
little
over? I'm not drifting.
It's not the camera. There, that's good.
Yeah, there must be better overviews these days. Just I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How's our time? That was Kawai-san, right?
Yeah, it's 9:17.
Okay.
Yeah. Any show and tells today?
No, nothing. I know the auctions have been really slow because of the holiday and the deliveries. Post office is closed. There's
Right.
no deliveries. I'm waiting for a bunch of match level prints, and they've already got the demand from the guy. Let me know when it gets to it. And it hasn't
Like,
got here.
let me know when you
Post
ship
office
it.
is closed. He's probably dumped it in the post office. It hasn't come yet.
Got it.
That would have been fun. Some much small match level prints, but they're not here yet.
Okay.
So no special show until.
Okay.
So. I did win a bunch last night because auctions are still running.
Oh, okay. So they're still going on, just not getting transported. Did you hear what some of the, Hosono-san and I think Suga-san, others were talking about trying to get the Goshuin, the stamps from
Yeah. I wasn't paying
Sensoji and other
attention.
ones?
Yeah.
Hosono-san went over there and was told it was going to be a 6-hour wait, and she said, "Yameta." I just gave up.
To get what? Sorry.
It's they're using a gold colored paper, or maybe it has real gold leaf on it or something, and then their hand written calligraphy saying Leiwa for the new year. Yep. Or not the new year, the new era. And
of course they're going to get into that business. Of
yep.
course.
And Meiji Jingu had a 10-hour wait.
Great. Of course those guys would be into that.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Print money. Should we have done that? Okay,
A woodblock print with the Reiwa?
We could have done that. You know, we could have had a bit of booth outside all week. Reiwa Hatsumode.
Yeah.
People come to the shrine for the first time in Reiwa.
Mm-hmm.
We could have done that. I never thought about it.
Yeah. A Reiwa block.
Yeah.
Can you carve Leiwa today? Let's get it up. They're still running until the 6th.
Thanks.
No thanks. I don't think so.
Yeah, we could have had the concept ready and
Yeah.
the pictures ready and then carved calligraphy the last day when they announced it. We could have had it ready. No thanks.
No thanks. I didn't think so.
In every shop down the street, the 7-Eleven has special Reiwa noodles, and Don Quixote has a special area full of it. Because tons of companies did. They put out Reiwa Kinei.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be huge order lineups and online lineups for the Japanese mint when the money comes out.
Yep.
The first 10-yen coins and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Instead of Heisei 27, they'll say Reiwa 1. Or Ganzen,
There's a
right?
quirk on that in that the coinage uses the words Heisei or Reiwa. So every year at the mint, they click over the switch, and it used to say Heisei 29. So every coin has the year of manufacturer stamped on it.
Yeah.
So coin collectors could collect the 100-yen coins, Heisei 28, 29, Heisei 30, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it turned out that when Showa ended and Heisei started, Heisei started on January 7th.
Oh, okay.
And they had actually, the mint was running. So there were some coins that say Showa 64 that were coined in the first few days. After the New Year holiday, the holiday was probably January 1, 2, 3. The mint got into operation January 4, 5th and ran for 3 days. But they weren't doing all different kinds of coins. I forget the numbers. You can check it easy. They did 10-yen coins or something. They did 1-yen coins.
Yeah.
But they didn't do any 50s or 5s or 4s. They were going to get to it later in the week.
Yeah.
So there are Showa 64 of whichever. They've got 10-yen coins and 1-yen coins. These are really rare because they only stamped for a couple of days before the emperor died and away it went.
Yeah.
So among coin collectors, there is a real collectible thing there. You can get a full set of Showa 60, a full set of 61, 62, 63, but you can only get 2 or 3 of the types for Showa 64. Because the guy died January 7th.
Yeah. Huh.
So there's a bit of quirk in the coin collecting thing.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are. It looks like it's time to get going. I got to work with the guys on here to get on this first party. So here we are, the first Friday routine. There will be no stream now for a couple more days. This is Friday. Those of you who don't know what we talked about, we've adjusted our Twitch schedule.
Yeah.
It's not just the Twitch schedule. We've adjusted a whole bunch of things on David's schedule, among which is Twitch. And there was a bit of misunderstanding. I got a couple of emails that just cutting down Twitch by a couple of hours a week isn't going to be worth, it's not going to save me enough time.
Yeah.
So the new schedule is not just about cutting down on Twitch.
Yeah.
I have cut down on my time in the shop. I've cut down the number of print parties I do. I've cut down a number of things.
Yeah.
So it's not
This is one part of the plan.
Twitch is one part of a major change that's happening here.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, we're on a 3-day-a-week schedule now with Twitch. We stream here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday mornings, just like this today. So I'll be back here again, not tomorrow and Sunday. I'm sorry for those of you who've been enjoying this, especially the outside scene. But our work priorities have been really, really changed here. I've been ignoring a huge amount of work that needs to be done here at Mokwanga.
Yeah.
And streaming has been reduced to 3 days a week.
Yep.
But it isn't just about the Twitch. It's
Yeah.
a whole bunch of other things. So. Anyway, so here we are. Another stream today. Thank you very much for watching me do this. I'll be back here same time, same station on Monday morning, which means Sunday night for most of you guys who are overseas. And there should be some good show and tell because there are some things due
They're finally getting
over the
shipped.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yes, sounds good.
Okay,
Thanks for helping, Cameron. Okay,
no problem.
see you guys next time.